Hello, and welcome to the Intel Brief, your daily intelligence briefing on global geopolitics. Today is Monday, 23 September. Just a bit of a warning, this will be the only podcast this week as I'm away celebrating the end of summer in Munich, Germany. I'm your host Daniel, the founder of HM Intelligence, and every weekday we bring you not just the news, but the so what from the events and decisions that shape our world. So grab a coffee and get ready to be informed. In today's update, we'll be covering Sri Lanka swears in a new president, Israel has striked more than 300 targets in Lebanon, and the US and UK have denied Ukraine's request for long-range strikes using their weapons. So firstly, Sri Dissanayake, a Marxist-leaning leader, was sworn in as the president of Sri Lanka, succeeding the former, who would impose tough financial measures during the country's 2022 economic collapse. Dissanayake, the leader of a previously marginal Marxist party, won the presidential election by defeating the opposition leader by 1.27 million votes, beating out 38 other candidates, including the incumbent, who finished third. During his oath ceremony, Dissanayake acknowledged the complex challenges ahead and expressed his commitment to walk towards meeting the aspirations for all Sri Lankans, including those who did not even vote for him. Dissanayake faces significant challenges as he takes office, with Sri Lanka still grappling with the aftermath of the severe economic crisis. He emphasized that resolving the country's deep financial crisis will require a collective effort rather than the actions of a single individual or party. Following his inauguration, the current Prime Minister resigned, allowing Dissanayake to appoint a new Prime Minister and Cabinet. One of Dissanayake's major challenges will be balancing his promise to ease measures with the need to adhere to the relief agreement imposed by the IMF, which his predecessor had agreed to. So what? While this is a new start for Sri Lanka and allows them to turn a new page, they still have a very long way to go. It is possible that the change, if viewed positively by the international investors, could bring new money into the country, something that is likely needed to boost the economy. It seems likely that this new government will need to find a good middle ground to appease voters and the IMF, all while attracting new investment, something that could be a challenge for a left-leaning government. And next, the Israeli military says it has carried out strikes on 300 targets in Lebanon that served as weapon depots for the Iranian-backed Hezbollah group. Earlier, the army had spoken of 150 targets. The wave of strikes is one of the most intense carried out by the Israeli military in nearly a year of fighting against Hezbollah, and has come as hostilities by both sides marked escalation. The Lebanese Health Ministry has asked hospitals in southern Lebanon and eastern regions to postpone non-urgent operations. The ministry said in a statement that hospitals should be ready to deal with the people wounded by Israelis' expanded aggression on Lebanon. So what? It has been reported that these bombardments are the heaviest since 2006, when the countries were in direct conflict. It seems possible that Israel is conducting shaping operations for a possible ground invasion over the next 48 to 72 hours, a move that would lead to significant regional conflict. Additionally, there are reports that several high-level leaders and religious figures within Hezbollah have been killed in this recent wave of strikes. This is on top of the numerous commanders killed by Israeli attacks in the last few weeks, particularly with the use of pagers. And lastly, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky stated that the United States and the United Kingdom have not granted Ukraine permission to use Western-supplied long-range missiles inside the Russian territory. He emphasized that Ukraine has not deployed these weapons against any targets within Russia, suggesting that concerns over the potential escalation of the conflict may be behind this restriction. Despite this, Zelensky noted that military assistance from Ukraine's allies, particularly the US and UK, increased significantly in early September, leading to noticeable improvements on the battlefield. Zelensky also commented on peace proposals for Ukraine put forward by China and Brazil earlier this year, criticizing them as too vague and lacking actionable steps. He expressed skepticism about the plans, stating that they were filled with generalizations rather than concrete stages or actions, implying that such ambiguity often conceals ulterior motives. So what? This must be very frustrating for Ukrainian military leadership, as they have shown the effectiveness that long-range strikes on positions such as ammo depots and vehicle storage can have. Though it is possible that this step could be a red line for Putin, this is not the first time he has claimed a red line. However, regardless of these restrictions, Ukraine has not been completely hindered in hitting these long-range targets, likely using large drones and possibly even domestically produced ballistic missiles for such attacks to great effect. Thank you for listening to the Intel Brief, your daily intelligence briefing on global geopolitics, brought to you by HM Intelligence. If you want to support the podcast, tell your friends to help them stay informed and leave us a 5-star review. Or if you want to learn more about intelligence, why not take one of our courses? They're all online, self-paced and affordable. Thank you for listening. I've been your host Daniel, and I'll see you next time.